is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Crypto Catch Up with me, Benny. KFC. Love it. Now, the reason for my video today is because you might see here I'm writing an article. I'm about to get into it. It's, bubbling in my head how I'm going to achieve everything that I want to achieve and express everything that I want to express. But sometimes it's better just to do a quick video to give those of you who are visual learners a chance to have a look-see, and the rest of you can go and read the article, look into the links, and then, give me a few medium claps at the end after you're really happy with what I've written. But essentially what's brought me about this topic here is a gripe. And it's a gripe that I have because there seems to be a lack of some common sense. And when I talk about common sense, I'm talking about anybody that's involved in a blockchain related technology project. Now, this could be a distributed ledger project like a directed acyclic graph. This could be R3/4 Hyperledger, a community manager, a CEO, CIO, CTO, CMO, COO, whatever you would like to be, whatever your role is within a particular project. And what I'm trying to allude to here is the fact that you are literally nothing without a strong team. You can be individually a programmer for 15 years, very talented front-end, back-end, full-stack programmer. And what that means for you out there, it means that you do client-side, your computer side, you do server-side, where all the computations happen, and you connect it all up as a full-stack developer. You might deal with databases, you might deal with user experience or UI development, graphic design, you could do it all. But guess what? And this is the kicker. You most likely know absolutely fuck all about blockchain related technologies. And the reason for that is not because you're a great programmer. It has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that blockchains are not just data structures. If we look at a definition, of course, yes, linked list of transactions, bit of cryptography, you have this data structure. But what we're talking about in these projects are very technical things. If we look at an Ethereum, competitor, an EOS, or anything like a full ecosystem with a stack or register-based virtual machine that has byte-level code right down on the hardware, we're talking API integration for anybody, interoperability for businesses, old CRM, customer relationship management, old SRM, supply chains, anything that has come from a COTS, commercial off-the-shelf solution that's built in software. Your 15 years programming might have exposed you to one or two areas. But it doesn't mean you've been exposed to distributed computing. Because a lot of the time, the businesses you've worked for have been centrally controlled entities, databases you control, and you have probably not dealt with having to build a fault-tolerant system in a distributed computing scenario with state-machine replication. You probably have 2/10 of F all to do with the security side of things. You might have a different department for that. You might not know anything about cryptography. You also may have absolutely no idea about economics, because if you've been developing, you might be a security professional. You might be, let's have a look at my list. You might be an algorithms guy, an architect, a big data, a system analyst like myself. You might do some computer biology, graphics, machine learning, mobile DApp or app development. You could do a range of these things, including any of those fields of economics. And guess what? If you don't know it all, you actually are not the silver bullet to your team. And so what I'm finding is that these community managers, CXX, whatever you want to be, are making comments in telegrams. They're making comments online like they are the authority, like they are the expert. And like I've clearly said in my article here, I haven't gone finished yet, but I am no expert. But I do love to learn, to listen, and to help others, which is what is bringing me to do this article and to do this video. I research, but I take a common sense approach. I do not know everything. I'm not a distributed computing specialist. I don't have a background in mathematics. I don't have a background in cryptography, networking, game theory, or mechanism design. That's the KFC coming up. But what I do have is a broad mind. Something where I listen to what somebody says, I take the positive, I do the inverse, and replicate the positive and negative scenario like an XOR gateway in an electronic circuit, and I make up my opinion as a human being. But the reality is, your project, if you are a part of it, is only good as a sum of its whole parts. So like I've said here with my man Steve Jobs, great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. If you are somebody out there that thinks that they know it all, that they are a developer that's built high frequency trading systems for banking, and therefore you've made it in this space and you can go off and build a banking system on blockchain based technology that is distributed, decentralized, and secure by design, you're full of fucking shit. That's not true. You are not Leslie Lamport. You are not all of the individuals in this world collectively that understand it. There is a very small number of people in this world that truly understand these elements at more than just a broad level as a collective. So please, tone it down a little. Be a little bit more humble and show people that are wanting to learn what you know. Ask for help when you don't know. Because I am not, and no one else here is expecting you to know everything about every portion of every bit of computer science and the different fields that reside within. What I am expecting is you to know your project and why you've made a particular decision to use a particular protocol. How you're going to handle Sybil attacks or time warp attacks, eclipse attacks or otherwise. How you're going to handle particular cryptographic securities. Where you're going to store data, how you're going to interoperate with other businesses, how you're going to deal with your solution, and what is your business model moving forward. That's what I'm going to write in this article. It could take me some time, but here's a video for you to start thinking about the same. Have you come across somebody who is full of shit or has used all the fancy terminology to spin you an absolute killer tale? It has most likely happened. You've most likely bought something because of somebody like this, because they're trustworthy, you think, because they are confident in the way they talk about it. Well, as always, what I do is literally, I carry around a bucket load of these things. Cards. And anytime anybody says anything to me at work, I have one. And I go like this, bang. I'm going to go research that. I'm going to form my own opinion. I'm going to come back. And if you've told me a bit of a porcupine, you can expect me to have a great conversation with you later. It's all about forming your own opinion, but not allowing these people just to walk all over us in this space. You don't have to be an astronaut. You don't have to be a killer developer. But for us to move forward, we need people that are honest. We need people that are transparent, because that's what this is all about. There's something called Conway's Law. Conway's Law says that you'll have an organizational structure that's equivalent to what you're building. That is what consensus does. Consensus with a SYS, built by Joseph Lubin. Why can't we have that within blockchain technology. If distributed ledgers are transparent, why are these teams not transparent? If you want my money and if you want to show the people that you care about the product you build, stop lying. Stop pretending to be you're someone that you are not. You can be a technical professional without knowing everything to do with computer science. Have some humility. Alright, I'm done. I'm starting to get worked up. I'm going to try and put some on paper. Catch you later.